out here dicking around, trying to cause an electrical fire. We only had one. We only let the magical electrical smoke out once.
It didn't break anything though.
Surprisingly. But yeah, so we tried figuring out all the stuff for a steering column. We got figured out.
Again?
Because there's no fucking pinouts. So I'll get my flip you around and I can talk you all about it. Alright, so we figured out that like all the turn signals. So there's like a turn signal for the front, and then for both driver and passenger, and then for the rears, passenger and rear, and the passenger or driver rear.
Yeah, because they were
turn and brakes.
Because the front turn signals were going with the brakes.
Yeah, so when you stepped on the brakes, the turn signals it'd basically be like tail lights, but in the front with his markers. So we just went through and figured out how to get this thing working, his high beam. So basically like that. But then this goes in between the red wire off of here and then the ground wire. Well, this actually gets connected to 12 volts, and then this goes to pin 80. What was that? 86. Goes to pin 86. And then 87A goes to high beam. 87 goes to the low beam. Doesn't matter, whichever. And then you got 85's grounded, and pin 30 is straight to 12 volts. So we figured out how to do his high beams off of his little standard stock thing. So now that's all figured out. Only other thing, now we just got to rewire it all. We tried getting the old stuff to work, but that was a joke. But yeah, that's where we're at. I don't know what else will get thrown into this or where this video will end up, just because we're not really filming too much of this, just because it's tedious and annoying. We've done it before. You know, this is probably more informative now that we've done it the second time. But yeah, that's where we're at. Alright, so we kind of been monkeying around, figuring out nothing. We actually figured out a lot. So we actually found a dimmer switch on the left there. That's a dimmer switch. And we're going to hook that up to his gauges. And then this guy, we actually printed out, we tore down the gauge and we printed it. And it says not ignition, because it's not an ignition. But when you push it,
it is.
Well, it's actually a starter, but it's not going to make it start. We should have put like no go.
But it will go.
But you don't want them. It says not ignition, so that way no one knows.
If it defrost, then no one would know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we film it, so it doesn't even matter.
Oh, well, we can just flip that over. It's got defrost on the other side.
Yeah. Well, you can just put another one on there. Not a big deal. But so yeah, right here we're thinking we're gonna put what is it? No, yeah, that one.
Line lock.
Line lock and an on-off switch for a two-step, so that way, you know, you don't have to do it on accident.
Because it happens.
Yeah, especially you.
I did it on accident
multiple times. And then we're gonna put. So we had his window switch there, but we're gonna actually put it right here, and then we're gonna put the single switch over here for the passenger, and then in between here it'll just be a blank plate. And we could probably put like Garageless or something there.
Make sentimental probably.
Yeah, whatever we can figure out.
Yeah, I don't think that plastic's wide enough for that I have.
Yeah, not that full width. So, but yeah, that's kind of what we figured out. So yeah, so far we've got his like all the light stuff is figured out. It's all labeled. So now when we go to wire up all that stuff, that's good to go. We got his new starter switch, and then a dimmer switch for the gauges. Yeah, that's
little stuff. It all adds up in the end.
Yeah, pretty much. We're just kind of figuring out little things at this point.
I really don't want to wire the Mega Spurt.
Yeah, we gotta get a plan going. Yeah, because he's still got to figure out, or he's still got to pin. I can't even see him. There it is.
Bulkhead.
He's still got to pin the bulkhead back there, right there. He's got to pin that. That's gonna be fun. But yeah.
Might just take that home and do it.
Yeah, I think that. Well, we just gotta pretty much do the length and cut it, and well, we could just zip tie both sides or whatever, and then so that way you could take both. Yeah, because you could do both sides before we even wire it up on that other side.
What, the engine base stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, you
The only thing is you kind of don't want to run things that we're not going to need. So it's kind of a downside on that one. But I mean, you should know what we need and what we don't. You should know.
You should know by now.
You should know by now. But yeah, now we're going to go get some foods. And then not sure what else we'll get done. Alright, we out. Alright, so I ended up making these like little end brackets. I'm thinking maybe this is where I might put it. I'm not 100% sold on its location quite yet. But yeah, that's a possible location. But yeah, because then basically this air can feed through and go up underneath it and then come out. So maybe we'll do that. We'll see. But yeah, that's that. Alright, so I started making this stuff again. We're on a different day now. It's actually New Year's. But yeah, so Happy New Year's after the fact. But yeah, so I took off this side. And then I made up this little concoction. And then I just welded this. For all those that think Harbor Freight welders don't weld with this shit, I think that's a pretty good one. You know, it's not no freaking dimes, but you know what? This thing will hold. So, yeah. So now I gotta wait for this thing to cool down. Actually, I'll probably go throw it in the snow because we're supposed to get like 6 inches of snow or some shit like that today. So yeah, let's yeah. I guess basically I'm gonna try and get this thing mounted today. This is kind of where I ended up ending it, or mounting it. Kind of went through, I spent like all yesterday trying to figure out where the fuck I was going to put it. This is kind of where I ended up. I like this a little bit better because I could suck up some fresh air from the floor right there. But yeah, because I'm going to put the fan probably on this side to suck it up. But yeah, I need to make tabs. I'm probably going to do some things on the back, and then we'll run a tube from back there to like over here. Same thing over here. Maybe something of that nature. But yeah, looks pretty good. I'm gonna have to probably bend this a little bit because as you can tell it's off a little bit and it is bugging me. So it looks pretty good though. We're pretty even up here. So hard part is these things aren't exactly identical either, and I do believe this one's back a little bit further, so that's kind of why I gotta bend that one a little bit wonkier. But yeah, there's that. Paul's been working on his wiring and all that stuff, so yeah, that's where we're at for right now. Alright, well, I'm gonna make a run to Home Depot, pick up some metal, pick up some hardware. But yeah, this weather's fucking phenomenal. I just wiped off the truck and it's already getting covered in shit again. But yeah, let's go. Well, there's the hill. Burning some tires. It's really hard to do anything on this hill. Look at the hill, it's so nice out today. get the fuck out of here before the Popo show up. Turn on that 4-wheel drive, get the fuck up out of Dodge. Good times. All right, we're back. So I picked up some more hardware, and then I picked up some tools I was wanting. Got this bad boy, so that'd be nice to have. And then, oh yeah, I got some metal. So this little stuff I'm gonna use, I'm gonna bend them, make some tabs for mounting the radiator fan, or the oil cooler fan onto. And then that one I'm going to, it's the same old stuff, I'm just gonna use that one for tabs. So yeah, let's, I'm gonna probably try and get the fan mounted right now, so let's do that. Okay, I'm actually gonna get the bottom done, because then once the fan's on good for good. So yeah, let's get that done. Alright, so I've gone ahead and made up these two. I've got this one, I'm working on the third one. So what I've been doing is I kind of like folded them up. I can't really go too crazy, but you know, in depth here, but you know, I basically fold them up, tucked them up underneath here, used the marker to determine where it was, found the hole, then I'm drilling it out, tapping it, and then because these nuts, or these bolts, are a little too long, so they would puncture, like, well, they wouldn't puncture, but they would go into this and could puncture. I'm going ahead and cutting these. I put a nut on top of these, like I just pretty much thread a nut on, and then I cut it off, and then use the nut, take off the nut, and then that re-threads the end. And then, yeah, so that's basically the gist of what I got going on. So let me go ahead and get this last one done. And then what I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cover up, I'm going to mark these where I need to mark, or like where I need to locate it. I'm going to cover it up so that way I can tack weld these without the splatter getting on there. And then, yeah, we'll go ahead and unscrew these, and then, yeah, should be good to go. The fan will be on there. I know I said I was not going to do this first, but I decided that I should probably just do this first. So that's what I'm doing first. But yeah, so now I'm going to go ahead and get this last one done, get that on there, get it welded, and all that. All right, got it welded up. So one side's done. Now all we got to do is pull that side off, get that one welded up. I'm also going to put some flat stuff on, or thicker stuff on the back side, so we have a spot to mount my extension rods and all that stuff off of. So yeah, let's I'm probably gonna paint this one first, and then we'll come back, pull that stuff off, get that welded, and do the modifications, and then put it back on. And it might not, I don't think I'm gonna finish it today, but at least we'll make good progress. But yeah, so let's go ahead and do everything I just said. Another terrible Harbor Freight weld. Alright, well, it's all together, and then I had welded that little piece on, but yeah, so now let's go get this thing mounted, and there it is, mounted. So that's going to be it for this one, guys. So this was 2 days worth of shenanigans. We kind of moved slowly, so that's why I didn't really do no time lapse or nothing. We didn't really have dedicated or anything. So yeah, you know the drill, guys. Like, comment, subscribe. See you in the next one.